one.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of bats, torpedoes away!
Oh, man.
We have to talk about this controversy, this made-up controversy in Major League Baseball right now. And this stemmed from Saturday's Yes broadcast by Michael Kay, noting several players, several members of the New York Yankees team, and that at the time was 7 home runs in the first 3 innings against the Milwaukee Brewers. He noted that a lot of these, some of these players use what are called torpedo bats. Now, you may be asking, Ryan, what are torpedo bats? And this is what a torpedo bat is, according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. It says, according to Major League Baseball, torpedo bats are defined as an untraditional barrel which rests closer to the hitter's hands. The bats are designed to be skinnier at the top end, with noticeably more wood. More wood.
That was a pretty good butt head. I didn't know you had that in there.
Yeah, he said wood.
Oh, there you go. Hit me with the Beavis.
Let me start over again. The bats are designed to be skinnier at the top end, which with noticeably more wood in the area around the label where the hitter is most likely to hit the ball to create a custom sweet spot. End quote. Now, the audience at home, and actually I'll bring up a picture of what Jazz Chisholm was using on Saturday afternoon when Michael Kay just happened to say, look at the bat that Jazz Chisholm is using. This is the bat in question.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a torpedo. Literally looks like a torpedo. So we had a lot of controversy. And one Mr. Barstool Sports himself, Dave Portnoy, on Twitter this past Sunday, wearing his Boston Red Sox colors literally on his head, was saying that torpedo bats need to be stopped. They need to stop being used. They need to be banned from baseball. This is outrageous. No team should be scoring that many runs and hitting that many home runs in the first 3 games of this season. Aaron Judge had 4 home runs?
Yeah.
In those games, he had 3 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. And of course, his usual style of being pro Boston and anti everything New York. Just had to go on a tangent and say, and a rant saying these bats need to be banned. It's bad for baseball. Without doing the proper research. I've got receipts, Dustin. I've got receipts.
Good, because I was about to come off the bench, and I enjoy his pizza reviews. I don't follow much else of his content, but I'm going to let you get into it, Ryan. I'm going to let you get into it.
So the account, and that's baseball. That's baseball. Literally called it That's Baseball. Said, tweeted on Monday, said, I can't believe how many 88 to 92 mile an hour middle cut fastballs the Brewers just threw at the Yankees this weekend, which was quote tweeted by the Warmonger, who said number of fastballs at 90 miles an hour and below faced opening weekend with number of results against them. And this account put up a stat because it's WAR. It's the
wins above replacement.
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite the baseball nerd.
Neither am I.
I just see runs scored and wins and losses. That's all I care about. But this person put together a compilation of pitches number of fastballs thrown below 90 miles an hour by the Brewers on opening weekend. The Brewers threw 125 pitches below, and these are fastballs, below 90 miles an hour. They threw 125. The next closest was 81 by the Yankees.
Wow. Okay.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
They allowed 5 home runs, and the Yankees hit 350 off of those 125 pitches. So 24.3% of the time. when those pitches were below 90 miles, when those fastballs were below 90 miles an hour, 125 pitches, 24% of the time, they're throwing 24% of the time. Batters were hitting 350 off of them with 5 home runs and a slugging percentage. The slugging percentage, 1.100.
Man.
And then Jazz Chisholm actually quote tweeted Dave Portnoy and just basically roasted him for insinuating that the Yankees were cheating. Because of course the Yankees are cheating.
Yeah.
Why aren't they cheating?
And this is where I want to come off the top rope. Okay. I get it. We're going to get hate as Yankee fans, sometimes deserved, sometimes not.
Put them in the comments. We're going
to get all this stuff. But the thing that I want to point out to you, because you came with some heat, you came with some data. I respect it.
Oh, I got more. More.
Yeah.
You go ahead. I said enough for now, but you go ahead.
But this is the thing. Because I started doing some looking in, not to the extent that you did, and no doubt have, because you have more, which you'll be cracking an egg of knowledge over everybody's head in just a second. But first, I want to say, these bats, this is not the first time that it's been used, okay? It's not the first time that it's been used, and there's a list of players that have been using them, including, or have used them at one time, including one superstar from the Reds that we talked about in the top of the show. And the thing is, I saw somewhere, and I can't remember where, so I'll keep the details hazy, but apparently a version of this bat was first started to be used in 2019 by a player. There have been various players that have experimented with this bat. And here is the key point. These bats are within MLB regulation. They are not illegal bats. They are not illegal bats. Any team could use them. Any player could use them. So the Brewers player that came out and said, oh, these bats are illegal, but since it's the Yankees, they'll let it slide. Screw you, buddy. Anybody can use these bats. They're not illegal. You're just hating them because you just got smoked in a series, and you're looking for an excuse as to why these bats are not illegal. I will let you continue, sir.
This is what Jazz Chisholm said yesterday at 12:12 p.m. on Twitter. He says, okay, explanation. The barrel is bigger and within MLB regulation. For the idiots that say it's moved to the label, you're an idiot. Nobody's trying to get jammed. You just move the wood from the parts you don't use to the parts you do. You're welcome. No more stress for y'all.
Yeah, I did see that.
And to continue on who's been using these bats, yes, there are 5 players on the Yankees who currently use these bats. Anthony Volpe, who hit home runs this weekend. Cody Bellinger had a home run Saturday. Jazz Chisholm, who had 3 home runs this weekend. Austin Wells, who had a home run this weekend. And Paul Goldschmidt, who hit a home run in the first pitch of the game on Saturday. Here's a list of the other players who are using torpedo bats this year. Former Yankee, Jose Trevino. Ellie De La Cruz. Adley Rutschman. Ryan Jeffers. On the 0-4 Minnesota Twins. By the way, Governor Tim Walz.
That 182.
We're going 162-0.
Yeah,
162. They're 0-4 since that tweet.
Oh, man.
It's hilarious.
He jinxed them.
Francisco Lindor. Junior Caminero. Alex Baum. Bryson Stott. Brennan Marsh. O'Neill Cruz. Davis Schneider. Dansby Swanson. And Nico Horner. All use, as far as we know, all use torpedo bats. It was also alleged that Aaron Judge used a torpedo bat. He does not. He's just that good.
Yeah, he's raking right now. And Dansby Swanson, he hit a home run for the Cubs this weekend.
Oh, would you look at that?
Is that, are these bats illegal? Is anybody coming after the Cubs saying that these bats need to be outlawed?
Oh, and Ellie De La Cruz has 2 home runs this year.
Yeah. And he went 4 for 5 in a game. Is it because of the bat? I don't think so. The key point that keeps coming back to me is that they're not illegal.
They're
Anyone
not.
can use them, and they
Yes.
have been using them. Now everybody wants to jump all over the Yankees, but I guarantee you old Pizza Portnoy would be very happy if his Red Sox were using them. He wouldn't say anything. That's the thing. People just hate the Yankees. They want to hate the Yankees. Similarly to the way people feel about the Dodgers right now. If you hate the Dodgers so much, beat them.
Yeah.
Beat them.
Mhm.
They're doing things well within the rules of baseball. I feel the same way. The Yankees, we had a great opening weekend. The offense will cool down.
Yeah.
Relax, everybody.
You know who could use the torpedo bat right now, Dustin?
Who's that?
Rafael Devers.
He could. But you know
I
what?
feel bad for the dude, but
I-
you're paying extra. You're paid so much money to perform.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah, and some people have hot springs and some people have ice cold springs. I'm trying to think of there was a player, I can't remember who it is, but there was a player that notoriously, he always struggled early in spring training or early in the spring. And then guess what? Come July or something, he'd get on a hot streak. He'd get it going. It's the way it goes. It's part of the reason why. You want to know what I think is a good bet, Ryan, when the season switches over to football and we go full in? I bet you the Bengals are going to start out a little slow because that just seems to be a trend in the Joe Burrow era.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Some players are streaky. Some players, the Packers have had a great record in December in the regular season. They always seem to catch fire in recent years.
Toyota-thon.
Trends like this happen.
Toyota. Yeah. We talked about this during the season. Jordan Love during Toyota-thon. Great. Otherwise, not so great.
Yeah.